Back. Very good. Welcome everyone to this special event, the celebration of Jiva Gosvami Prabhupada's Disappearance Day. And also today is also a special event for one Vaishnava Acharya named Jagadish Pandit. We have some people coming in. Very nice, very auspicious, very auspicious. Hare Krishna. Somebody is coming into the program. And who do I have the good fortune of meeting here? Okay, please come in, have a seat, make yourself comfortable. Hare Krishna. So first, what we will be doing is having a little kirtan. Make yourself comfortable. Having a little kirtan for some time. And then we will be reading from the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita about the life and activities of Jiva Goswami Prabhupada. We're being recorded here, so.
It's a global broadcast.
It is? Yes. Nama Om Vishnu Padayam Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti namine Nama Om Vishnu Padayam Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jayam Vishnupada Paramam Saparibrajacharya Shtottara Shata Shri Srimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jayam Vishnupada Paramam Saparibrajacharya Ashtottara Shata Shri Srimad His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda Ki Jai, Namacharya Shila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai, Prem Sri Kao Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai, Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinata, Shyama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhana Ki Jai, Sri Mayapur Dham Ki Jai, Sinabadwip Dham Ki Jai, Ganga Mayi Ki Jai, Yamuna Mayi Ki Jai, Tulasi Devi Ki Jai, Bhakti Devi Ki Jai, Sri Harinama Samkirtana Ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Srila Jiva Goswami Prabhupada Ki Jai, Sri Jagadish Pandit Ki Jai, Gaura Premanandi Hari Hari Bol. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Namaom Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Prestaya Bhutale, Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. So thanks everyone for coming to this program. As mentioned before, this is the disappearance day of Srila Jiva Goswami Prabhupada, one of great acharyas or spiritual master in our line of disciplic succession. Jiva Goswami, along with the other Goswamis, was a celebrated disciple of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who was commissioned by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to go to Vrindavan along with his uncles Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami, to write literatures establishing the authenticity of the cult of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and to discover the sacred places of pilgrimage in Vrindavan. So today what we'll be reading is a few selected verses from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita in honor of Srila Jiva Goswami. First we'll be reading from Adi Leela, chapter 1, text number 36. Adi Leela, chapter 1, text number 36. Shri Rup Sanatana Bhatta Raghunatha, Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunatha. The instructing spiritual masters are Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatana Goswami, Sri Bhatta Raghunath, Sri Jiva Goswami, Sri Gopal Bhatta Goswami, and Sri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami. Next, from Adi Leela, chapter 7, text 164. Adi Leela, chapter 7, text 164. Maturati patayala rup sanatana, duisena patikaila bhakti pracharana. Lord Chaitanya dispatched the two generals, Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami, to Vrindavana to preach the bhakti cult. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. When Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami went to Vrindavana, there was not a single temple, but by their preaching they were gradually able to construct various temples. Sanatan Goswami constructed the Madan Mohan temple, and Rupa Goswami constructed the Govindaji temple. Similarly, their nephew Jiva Goswami constructed the Radha Damodar temple. Sri Gopal Bhatta Goswami constructed the Radha Raman temple. Sri Lokanath Goswami constructed the Gokulananda temple, and Shyamananda Goswami constructed the Shyamasundar temple. In this way, many temples were gradually constructed. For preaching, construction of temples is also necessary. The Goswamis not only engaged in writing books, but also constructed temples, because both are needed for preaching work. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted the cult of his Sankirtan movement to spread all over the world. Now that the International Society for Krishna Consciousness has taken up this task of preaching the cult of Lord Chaitanya, its members should not only construct temples in every town and village of the globe, but also distribute books that have already been written and further increase the number of books. Both distribution of books and construction of temples must continue side by side in parallel lines. Next, we're reading a long purport here. From Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Leela, chapter 10, text 85. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Leela, chapter 10, text 85. Tanra madhye rup sanatana badashaka, anupama jiva rajendradi upashaka. Among these branches, Rup and Sanata were principal. Anupama, Jiva Goswami and others, headed by Rajendra, were their sub-branches. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. In the Gaur Ganodesha Dipika, verse 195, it is said that Srila Jiva Goswami was formerly Vilasa Manjari Gopi. From his very childhood, Jiva Goswami was greatly fond of Srimad Bhagavatam. He later came to Navadvip to study Sanskrit, and following in the footsteps of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, he circumambulated the entire Navadvip Dham. After visiting Navadvip Dham, he went to Benares to study Sanskrit under Madhusudana Vachaspati. And after finishing his studies in Benares, he went to Vrindavana and took shelter of his uncles, Sri Rup and Sanatana. This is described in Bhakti Ratnakar. As far as our information goes, Srila Jiva Goswami composed and edited at least 25 books. They're all very, very celebrated, and they are listed as follows. 1. Harinamamrita Vyakarana. 2. Sutra Malika. 3. Dhatu Sangraha. 4. Krishnarcha Deepika. 5. Gopala Virudavali. 6. Rasamrita Shesha. 7. Sri Madhava Mahotsava. 8. Sri Sankalpa Kalpabriksha. 9. Bhavarta Suchaka Champu. 10. Gopal Tapani Tika. 11. A commentary on the Brahma Samhita. 12. A commentary on the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. 13. A commentary on the Ujjvala Nilamani. 14. A commentary on the Yogasara Stava. 15. A commentary on the Gayatri Mantra as described in the Agni Purana. 16. A description of the Lord's lotus feet derived from the Padma Purana. 17. A description of the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani. 18. Gopala Champu in 2 parts. In 19 through 25, 7 Sandarbhas, the Krama, Tattva, Bhagavata, Paramatma, Krishna, Bhakti, and Priti Sandarbha. After the disappearance of Srila Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami in Vrindavana, Srila Jiva Goswami became the Acharya of all the Vaishnavas in Bengal, Orissa, and the rest of the world. And it is he who used to guide them in their devotional service. In Vrindavana, he established the Radha Damodar temple, where we had the opportunity to live and retire until the age of 65, when we decided to come to the United States of America. When Jiva Goswami was still present, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami compiled his famous Chaitanya Charitamrita. Later, Srila Jiva Goswami inspired Srinivas Acharya, Narottam Das Thakur, and Dukhi Krishna Das to preach Krishna consciousness in Bengal. Jiva Goswami was informed that all the manuscripts that had been collected from Vrindavana and sent to Bengal for preaching purposes were plundered near Vishnupura in Bengal. But later he received the information that the books had been recovered. Sri Jiva Goswami awarded the designation Kaviraja to Ramachandra Sena, a disciple of Srinivas Acharya's, and to Ramachandra's younger brother Govinda. When Jiva Goswami was alive, Srimati Janava Devi, the pleasure potency of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, went to Vrindavana with a few devotees. Jiva Goswami was very kind to the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, the Vaishnavas from Bengal. Whoever went to Vrindavana, he provided with a residence and prasada. His disciple, Krishnadas Adhikari, listed all the books of the Goswamis in his diary. The Sahajiyas leveled 3 accusations against Srila Jiva Goswami. This is certainly not congenial to for the execution of devotional service. The first accusation concerns a materialist who was very proud of his reputation as a great Sanskrit scholar and approached Sri Rupa and Sanatana to argue with them about the revealed scriptures. Srila Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami, not wanting to waste their time, gave him a written statement that he had defeated them in a debate on the revealed scriptures. Taking this paper, the scholar approached Jiva Goswami for a similar certificate of defeat, but Jiva Goswami did not agree to give him one. On the contrary, he argued with him regarding the scriptures and defeated him. Certainly, it was right for Jiva Goswami to stop such a dishonest scholar from advertising that he had defeated Srila Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami. But due to their illiteracy, the Sahajya class referred to this incident to accuse Srila Jiva Goswami of deviating from the principle of humility. They do not know, however, that humility and meekness are appropriate when one's own honor is insulted, but not when Lord Vishnu or the acharyas are blasphemed. In such cases, one should not be humble and meek, but must act. One should follow the example given by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Lord Chaitanya says in his Shikshastaka, Trinadapi Sunichena, Tarorapi Sayishnuna, Amanina Manadena, Kirtanya Sadaharihi. One can chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble frame of mind, state of mind, thinking himself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. Nevertheless, when the Lord was informed that Nityananda Prabhu was injured by Jagai and Madai, he immediately went to that spot, angry like fire, wanting to kill them. Thus, Lord Chaitanya has explained his verse by the example of his own behavior. One should tolerate insults against oneself, but when there is blasphemy committed against superiors, such as other Vaishnavas, one should be neither humble nor meek. One must take proper steps to counteract such blasphemy. This is the duty of a servant of a guru and Vaishnavas. Anyone who understands the principle of eternal servitude to the guru and Vaishnavas will appreciate the action of Sri Jiva Goswami in connection with the so-called scholar's victory over his gurus, Srila Rupa and Sri Sanatana Goswami. Another story fabricated to defame Srila Jiva Goswami states, that after compiling Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami showed the manuscript to Jiva Goswami, who thought that it would hamper his reputation as a big scholar and therefore threw it into a well. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami was greatly shocked, and he died immediately. Fortunately, a copy of the manuscript of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita had been kept by a person named Mukunda, and therefore later it was possible to publish the book. This story is another ignominious example of blasphemy against a guru and Vaishnava. Such a story should never be accepted as authoritative. According to another accusation, Srila Jiva Goswami did not approve of the principles of the Parakya Rasa of Vrajadhama and therefore supported Svakya Rasa, showing that Radha and Krishna are eternally married. Actually, when Jiva Goswami was alive, some of his followers disliked the Parakya rasa of the gopis. Therefore, Srila Jiva Goswami, for their spiritual benefit, supported Svakya rasa, for he could understand that Sahajiyas would otherwise exploit the Parakya rasa as they are actually doing at the present. Unfortunately, in Vrindavana and Navadvipa, it has become fashionable among Sahajiyas in their debauchery to find an unmarried sexual partner to live, to execute so-called devotional service in Parakya rasa. Foreseeing this, Srila Jiva Goswami supported Svakya rasa, and later all the Vaishnavacharyas also approved of it. Srila Jiva Goswami was never opposed to the transcendental Parakya rasa, nor as any other Vaishnava disapproved of it. Srila Jiva Goswami strictly followed his predecessor gurus and Vaishnavas, Srila Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami, and Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami accepted him as one of his instructor gurus. Next. I guess that's pretty much it. So this is a very important day for all Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Srila Prabhupada was always very, very deferential and very grateful to the amazing contribution of the 6 Goswamis. There's an interesting story that was related to me by Guru Das Swami. He told me that one time in Vrindavan at the Radha Damodar temple, Srila Prabhupada told Guru Das that the literatures of the 6 Goswamis were stored in the Radha Damodar temple, were kept there. And he told him, if you want to understand some of these literatures and the contents, the transcendental contents of these literatures, you would faint. In other words, the literatures of the 6 Goswamis are very exalted and very confidential. That is why it is the highest exposition of spiritual knowledge in the world. We see in the introduction of Srimad Bhagavatam, Srila Prabhupada was praising the contributions of the literature of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, namely the 6 Goswamis, Narottam Das Thakur, Shyamananda, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Baladevi Vidyabhushana, and he was explaining that many of these literatures who had been written in Sanskrit and Bengali had been remained hidden from the rest of the world. And he was hoping that at some point these literatures would be brought forward so that the people of the world could take advantage of these exalted literatures. Now, Srila Prabhupada translated the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita and gave instruction also to some of his disciples to translate some of the literatures of the Goswami. There's one disciple of Srila Prabhupada who translated many of the different sandarbhas explaining the meaning of Krishna Lila and everything. There is one book that was compiled by Rupa Goswami called Laghu Bhagavatamrita, which is a very amazing literature systematically describing all the different avatars and the unique position of Lord Krishna. It's very similar to the Krishna Sandarbha, which was composed and written by Srila Jiva Goswami, where he analyzes all of the different objections to different individuals and other Vaishnavas who do not accept Krishna as the source of all incarnations. Just yesterday, we are having a discussion with Bhaktiram Prabhu about the unique position of the Brahma Samhita, where we're listening to a recitation of the Brahma Samhita by different devotees of ISKCON Bangalore. Very melodious recitation, very sweet. And we discussed how in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself has described that the Brahma Samhita is a topmost scripture for Vaishnavas. Now, the Brahma Samhita itself contains a few very valuable, many valuable verses, particularly in the beginning shloka, Ishvaraha Parama Krishnaha Sachidananda Vigraha Anadi Radir Govindaha Sarva Karana Karanam, describing how Lord Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He has an eternal, spiritual, blissful body. He is the cause of all causes, and there is no other cause. And also in the Brahma Samhita itself, and this particular verse has been quoted by both Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, and Jiva Goswami, which explains the unique position of Lord Krishna as the source of all avatars. Ramadi Murtishu Kalaniyamena Tishtan Nana Avataram Akarat Bhuvaneshu Kintu Krishna Swayam Samabhavat Paramah Pumanyo Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Lord Brahma is explaining in the Brahma Samhita how all the different avatars, Ramadi Murtishu, Kalaniyamena Tishtan, all of these different avatars or incarnations appear in regular cycles. But Krishna Swayam Samabhavat Paramapumanyo, this incarnation of Krishna, Krishna is the origin of all incarnations. Ramadi Murtishu Kalaniyamena Tishtan. This is very similar to the statement of Srimad Bhagavatam declaring Lord Krishna, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam, that of all the different avatars, this incarnation of Lord Krishna is the origin of all Vishnu Tattvas. Now this is very important. That book that I was referring to, Laghu Bhagavatamrita, was translated into English by one of Prabhupada's disciples, along with word for word. And it's very interesting how this book mentions that same verse from Brahma Samhita. And Srila Prabhupada himself, through numerous lectures, different purports in his books, many times in his letters and conversations, quotes that same verse so many different times and explained from so many different angles the unique position of Lord Krishna. We've discussed one time, as part of our historical discussions, when the Greeks came to India, or what was Bharatavarsha at the time, before the time of Alexander the Great, there were some kings, some Greek kings, who had been influenced by Vedic culture. And they had published, they had printed or minted some coins with Krishna and Balaram on the coin, Vasudev. So this Vedic culture was everywhere. This is the influence of the Srimad Bhagavatam culture. So this particular book, Laghu Bhagavatamrita, is very, very important for all Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Similarly, Jiva Goswami has published the Krishna Sandarbha. Krishna Sandarbha is a very systematic, very detailed explanation of many verses from Srimad Bhagavatam, particularly that verse, Ete cham sakala pumsaha Krishna snu Bhagavan swayam indrari vyakulam lokam hridayanti yuge yuge. Because different sampradayas, particularly in South India, they have different interpretation of these verses. But Jiva Goswami, through his very, very keen intellect and devotional scholarship, has presented the definitive conclusion of Srimad Bhagavatam. It is a very interesting book, and he also analyzes many other verses from Srimad Bhagavatam and other scriptures and explain very nicely, very logically how Lord Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the source of all incarnation. One time we were in South India in Udupi, and we had conversation with one of the Swamis, the Paryaya Swami from the Admar Mat in 1972. And this point about Lord Krishna being the origin of all avatars came up. So we had a brief discussion. So when we met Srila Prabhupada the next time in Vrindavan, what happens, we brought to Srila Prabhupada the point that the followers of Madhvacharya, specifically in Udupi, they do not accept the Gaudiya Vaishnava interpretation of Krishna's to Bhagavan Swayam. They say that Lord Vishnu or Narayana is the source of all incarnation, not that Lord Krishna is the source. And Prabhupada was saying, well, Krishna is Vishnu and Vishnu is Krishna. It is all Vishnu Tattva. And Prabhupada quoted a verse from the Brahma Samhita, Viparchireva hidashantaro me bhyupetya. And he explained, just like if you have a candle and you light other candles, all of the candles have the same potency. It is not that one candle is less than the other, but still there is one original candle. But Prabhupada says the way to explain this, because they are our respectable members of our sampradaya from the Madhva side, is that our Gaudiya Acharyas like Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, Jiva Goswami, they've explained it like that, and we just follow our Gaudiya Acharyas. Prabhupada basically very tactfully deflected some of the debating spirit of some of these devotees. But there are numerous explanations. There was a conversation where an Indian gentleman brought up this point about Vishnu and Krishna. And Prabhupada said there is no difference. It is not that one is less than the other. He says that is not proper understanding. Because even in the Nimbarka Sampradaya and the Vallabha Sampradaya, they're also accepting Lord Krishna as the supreme origin of everything. And also in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna describes Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvitaha. In chapter 10, number 8, Krishna described, I'm the source of everything. Everything emanates from me. We also see in the Bhagavad Gita in chapter 7, text number 7, how Krishna describes to Arjuna, Matta parataram nanyat kintidasti dhananjaya, that there is no higher truth than me, Arjuna. Everything depends upon me, just like pearls which are strung upon a thread. Sometimes we see ladies, they will have a very nice necklace of pearls, but those pearls are not independent. They're resting upon a thread which sustains the necklace. So everything is depending upon Krishna. There is also numerous evidences given by Srila Jiva Goswami Prabhupada in his Krishna Sandarbha explaining so many different objections which are raised. Now, we don't have the time today to go through all of this. We can even have a special event in the future, reading directly from Prabhupada's purports. But it's interesting to note that in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed Sanatan Goswami and Rupa Goswami on these exact topics, that they should write explaining the origin of Lord Krishna, the unique position of Lord Krishna, and all of these different pastimes. For example, when Arjuna and Krishna went to see the Mahavishnu, there is different stories in the Bhagavatam which are interpreted in different ways. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu requested Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada and Srila Sanatana Goswami to explain this in their literatures. So it is a great contribution of Srila Jiva Goswami Prabhupada, whom we are celebrating today, of how he has explained nicely this position. There's an interesting story one time. Prabhupada was in Calcutta discussing how his Guru Maharaj used to request his disciples to write articles for the Harmonist magazine and other publications. And that Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur would judge how good was the article by how many times the name Krishna was mentioned there. So it is also in an old Back to Godhead magazine, there was an article by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur listing so many different qualities of Krishna as given in the Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. It is quite an amazing article. Very, very deep scholarship. Very nicely. In the Radha Damodar temple, the Samadhi of Jiva Goswami is there, and we had the good fortune a few times to go on parikram around the temple, behind the deities and everything. Srila Prabhupada one time stopped. As we go on parikram, we reach the area behind where the deities are, and Prabhupada stopped and says, this is the place where the 6 Goswamis used to take prasadam. And as we went around to the courtyard where Srila Rupa Goswami's Samadhi is there, Prabhupada said the 6 Goswamis used to sit around this area and discuss Srimad Bhagavatam. So this is a very sacred place, just like in Christianity or Roman Catholic Church, they have the Vatican in Rome, considered a very sacred, holy place for the Catholics and the Christians. So similarly for Gaudiya Vaishnavas, the Radha Damodar temple, the temple established by Srila Jiva Goswami Prabhupada, is considered very, very high, very special. The Rupa Goswami Samadhi is there, the Samadhi of Jiva Goswami, the original deities of Radha Damodar are also there. So this is a very special day today, very, very potent day. And we pray to Prabhupada and Lord Krishna that we can always remember all the contribution of these great acharyas, these great devotees who have basically shown the path of spiritual understanding. There's an interesting story of one devotee asked Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada, you are like gold. He was trying to praise Srila Prabhupada. And Prabhupada's reply, no, I'm like iron. My Guru Maharaj was like molten gold. He was a walking encyclopedia. So it is well known that Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati was known as Simha Guru or Lion Guru, because he would defeat any opponents who basically objected to the Bhagavat philosophy. He traveled all over India, established 64 mats, preached the message of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu everywhere upon the instruction of his Guru Maharaj, Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So what we have today in the Krishna consciousness movement is the collective effort and collective preaching of all these great acharyas who have established on very sound footing the philosophy of Gaudiya Vaishnavism. Very important. As many of you know, several times we have discussed a conversation we had with Srila Prabhupada at the Radha Damodar temple in late October, beginning of November 1972, when Srila Prabhupada was giving the Nectar of Devotion lectures. What happened is there had been a discussion in South India between Guru Kripa Swami, myself, and some so-called Pandit who came to criticize Lord Krishna, saying, oh, Lord Krishna in the Mahabharata, he told Maharaj Yudhishthira to lie. Lord Krishna, he was dancing with so many gopis, so many nonsensical, baseless accusations. Of course, Guru Kripa Swami, who was very scholarly, he very quickly defeated him. So when we met Prabhupada, we related that incident, and Prabhupada was listening, and Prabhupada afterwards, he said, the best way to answer this is like this. Unless somebody understands the position of Krishna himself, you cannot understand Krishna's activities or his lila. It's not possible, Prabhupada said, it is not possible to understand Krishna's activities unless you understand who is Krishna. And then Srila Prabhupada proceeded to quote three different verses. One was that first verse of Brahma Samhita, Ishvaraha Parama Krishnaha Sachidananda Vigraha. He says, number two, you quote that verse from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 7, text 7. Matta parataram nanyat kinchidasti daranjaya. There is no truth superior to me. Number three, you quote from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 10, text number 8. Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate. So in this way, Prabhupada showed how to convincingly present Krishna consciousness for those who may have doubts about the position of Krishna. And then you can point out that unless you understand Krishna, in fact, exactly his position according to the Shastra, it is not possible to understand his activities. So this is a very important point, because we see that these great acharyas like Srila Jiva Goswami, the six Goswamis, and all successive acharyas, especially in the line of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they went to considerable details. We see in the Sad Goswami Astakam by Srinivasacharya, the second verse, Nana Shastra Vicharaneka Nipuno Saddharma Samstapako Lokanam Itakarino Tribhavane Manyo Matsarako. In other words, that the six Goswamis, they analyzed all the different scriptures. Nana Shastra Vicharaneka Nipuno. They were very expert in analyzing all of these different scriptures. Why? To establish Sad Dharma Samstapako, the exact path of religious activity for the age of Kali Yuga. Anyone who is familiar with the various shastras that are quoted by Srila Jiva Goswami and Sanatan Goswami, we have, for example, in the Hari Bhakti Vilas, Srila Jiva, Sanatan Goswami and Gopal Bhatta Goswami have quoted, Hare Krishna, how are you? Have a seat. Make yourself comfortable. So we have in the Hari Bhakti Vilas very nice explanation by Gopal Bhatta Goswami and Srila Sanatan Goswami. They're quoting from literally hundreds of sources on so many different topics of Vaishnava behavior. And it's quite amazing. For example, there's one section of Hari Bhakti Vilas where it describes how to offer incense and lamp to the deities. So recently, one devotee sent me the text, the Sanskrit text of this in a translation. And I'm reading this, and they're quoting from so many different scripts. It is amazing. Now, please bear in mind, they didn't have computers. They didn't have search engines. They did not have the internet. They had to have palm leaf manuscripts. They would keep these palm leaf manuscripts, and in India, when they have these scriptures at the end of the book, they would have the first line of every verse that is quoted in the book. So that's how they would, analyze the scriptures. But it's quite amazing the depth of scholarship of these great acharyas like Sri Jiva Goswami. Why did he do this? Srinivasacharya explains Saddharma Samstapako, to establish the real path of religious activity. Because we know in Kali Yuga, just like Vishwakarma Prabhu was describing this morning, there are some mundane preachers that are very expert to take money from their followers. And this is not a phenomenon just in India, it's all over the world. And we're not accusing any individual group or religious sect. It happens. This is Kali Yuga. But what we're concerned about is Saddharma, the exact proper path of transcendental spiritual life, spiritual activity. This is established by the writings of the Goswamis and the literatures that have been given by the foremost representative of the Goswamis is Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, who has given all the teachings of the 6 Goswamis, all the literatures of the previous acharyas in simple, understandable English, and practically shown how to practice this, that anybody in any part of the world at any given time can actually practice the path given by the Goswamis, the path shown by the Goswamis, by a great exalted soul such as Jiva Goswami, so that people can practice spiritual life even in their own environment. And we see the teachings of the acharyas has been manifested by Srila Prabhupada's mercy, by his travel all over the world. He established the Krishna consciousness movement so that anybody, man, woman, whether one is rich or poor, whether one is intelligent or dumb like me, or whether one is highly intelligent or a genius, it doesn't matter what situation one may be, because in the material world, there will always be some difficulty, always be. We have often discussed as part of these programs how everybody in the material world is subject to the influence of the miseries of material nature. 3 principal miseries. Adhyatma klesha. Klesha means misery. Adhyatmika means misery to one's body and one's own mind. We've all experienced people get sick, they get disease, they get problem, they get dental problem, I had a relative recently, the person had basically dental surgery. They put cotton in the mouth, there's blood everywhere, so much suffering. This is the material body, it's the material world. One cannot avoid suffering. As soon as one is as a material body, there will be suffering. Another form of suffering, adibautika klesha. There are miseries inflicted by other living entities, animals, mosquitoes, other envious living beings. There will always be that difficulty. One cannot avoid that. And another misery, which we all know, adidaivika klesha, miseries due to the demigods. Here in California, we have earthquakes. Right now, many people have floods near the coast, heavy rains, some snow in the mountains. In other parts of the world, there's so much difficulty, too much rain, too much heat, too much cold. But one cannot change that fact. Adidaivika klesha means miseries that are inflicted by higher beings like the demigods. I often joke that in California, Indra, in Vayu, Indra is the demigod in charge of the rain and thunderbolts. And Vayu is the demigod in charge of the wind, that occasionally they get upset with the inhabitants of this area and they inflict a lot of problems with rain and snow and heat and so many things. And not just in California, it's everywhere. And the solution to these problems is to take shelter at the lotus feet of great acharyas. Well, somebody may say, how do I take shelter? One has to develop the hearing, develop a taste for hearing the message of these great personalities. Is the plate of boga ready? So this is a very important point. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, in the first canto, Prabhupada explains in one place that one should judge, associate with a saintly person, not by seeing, but by hearing, to develop a submissive oral reception for the transcendental message. This is how one can make spiritual advancement and gradually become situated in the transcendental platform, the Brahmabhuta spiritual platform. So this is the message of Jiva Goswami Prabhupada. This is the message of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And this is the same message that is conveyed and presented by Srila Prabhupada on this most auspicious day. So we thank everybody for participating. the next phase of the program here is what we're going to have is a brief kirtan, and then we're going to have a little special session, how to offer bhoga to the deities according to Srila Prabhupada's instruction. Now we realize there are many persons who have many different ideas of how to offer bhoga, but what we are concerned about is how to do that according to the instructions and mandates of Srila Prabhupada. So first we'll have a brief kirtan, then we will offer the bhoga to the deities, and we will show how to do that. Hare Krishna. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jayam Vishnupada Paramamsa Parivrajagacharya Stottara Shata Sri Srimad. His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jayam Vishnupada Paramamsa Parivrajagacharya Ashtoratara Shata Sri Srimad. His Divine Grace Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem Sri Kao Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinata Shyama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhana Ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Mathura Dham Ki Jai. Dwarka Dham Ki Jai. Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. Mayapur Dham Ki Jai. Navadvip Dham Ki Jai. Ganga Mayi Ki Jai. Yamuna Mayi Ki Jai. Tulasi Devi Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Sri Harinam Samkirtana Ki Jai. Srila Jiva Gosvami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Sri Jagadish Pandit Ki Jai. Gaura Premanandi Hari Hari Bol. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Namaum Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. So this part of the program, we're going to read a few citations from Srila Prabhupada explaining why we offer the bhoga, the unoffered foodstuff, to Lord Krishna. This is based upon Srila Prabhupada's instructions during his manifested presence. First is from a letter from Srila Prabhupada on January 4th, 1973, a letter to one devotee named Dhruvananda Prabhu, January 4th, 1973. Prabhupada says, I've given you everything already. There is no need for you to add anything or change anything. Why you're asking these things? Who has given you such freedom? Pujari should operate entirely under the supervision of temple president and GBC, not independently. The greatest danger to our movement will come when we manufacture and create our own process for worshiping the deities. So don't ask any more new questions. Whatever is going on, follow it just to the exact standard as I've given you. That's all. Next is from a lecture from Srila Prabhupada on December 13th, 1973. December 13th, 1973. This Patram Pushram is not an important thing. The important thing is bhakti, devotion. that is wanted. Without bhakti, if you offer Krishna a very big plate, Krishna is not hungry to take your food. He'll not accept it. He'll not accept anything if you do not offer with your love, bhaktya, love and serving spirit. My dear Krishna, you are so opulent. I have nothing to offer you because you have got everything. But I've tried to collect the things to my best power, so I'm offering you, kindly take it. This is mantra. This is mantra. Don't require much mantra. That meekness, that humbleness. So this is a very important point in the offering of bhoga. It is not simply a recitation of prayers, but the feeling of love and devotion towards Krishna. That is the important point. Next is a letter from Prabhupada to Himavati Devi Dasi on April 1st, 1970. April 1st, 1970, a letter from Prabhupada to Himavati. Yes, it is nice that you are worshiping Lord Chaitanya along with Radha Krishna. That is all right. Lord Chaitanya should be placed to the right side of Krishna. There is nothing special for his worship, but you may continue as you are doing now. The order of worshiping is first spiritual master, and then Lord Chaitanya, then Radha Krishna, as in the mantras or Vandeham prayer. Your confidence to do whatever you are instructed by the spiritual master is very encouraging. Yes, this is the method of the Vedic injunction. Staunch faith in spiritual master and Krishna makes one perfect in spiritual understanding. Next is a letter from Srila Prabhupada to Balai Devi Dasi. This was written on March 22nd, 1968. A letter to Balai Devi Dasi on March 22nd, 1968. Dear Balai Dasi, please accept my blessings. Yes, Sri Tulasi is the eternal consort of Krishna and the most pure devotee, and therefore the Tulasi plant is worshipped by Vaishnavas. Yes, you may say the prayer to the spiritual master 3 times, and also the Namo Brahmanya prayer 3 times when offering prasad. That is very nice, to say the mantra 3 times. Also, you may, after offering to the spiritual master, offer to Lord Chaitanya by saying the prayer Namo Mahabhadanyaya 3 times, and then offer to Krishna thrice. So far, the singing of the prayers to the spiritual master is concerned, there is no limitation how many times it is sung, but it should be done 3 times daily. And morning it is required. Yes, you may say this prayer at noon prasadam if it is possible, and sing again in the evening. And you may sing other prayers as you learn them also. Very, very nice, important instruction. Next is a letter from Srila Prabhupada on June 16th, 1969. June 16th, 1969. Regarding your question about offering prasadam, whatever is offered to the deity, actually it goes through the spiritual master. The spiritual master offers to Lord Chaitanya, and Lord Chaitanya offers it to Krishna. Then Radha Krishna eats, or Jagannath eats. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu eats, then the spiritual master eats, and it becomes Mahaprasadam. So when you offer something, you think like that and chant the Gayatri mantra, and then everything is complete. At last, ring the bell, take out the plate, and wipe the plate where the plate was kept. Very important instruction. Next is a conversation with Srila Prabhupada in Gorakhpur, India, on February 15th, 1971. February 15th, 1971 in Gorakhpur, India. Devotee. Then we serve prasadam. And how many men would you say we should prepare for? 100? Prabhupada. That you make arrangement. You know how many people are coming. Why you're asking me? Devotee. So ordinary prasadam at noontime and feasting prasadam. Prabhupada. Feasting means puri and alva and vegetable and chutney. That's all. 4 things. Make simple. Devotee. And Prabhupada, do you want us to offer feast to your Guru Maharaj at noontime? A special plate of feast? Prabhupada, not a special plate. The process is that whatever we offer to the deity, that is offered to Guru. And Guru offers to his Guru. In this way goes to Krishna. We don't directly offer Radha Krishna. No, we have no right. Neither he accepts in that way. The pictures of the acharyas, why there are, actually one has to offer the plate to his Guru, and he'll offer his Guru, he offers his Guru, his Guru. In this way, it will go to Krishna. That is the process. You cannot directly approach Krishna or other subordinates to Krishna. That is not possible. Devotee. So we may offer you a special feasting, Prabhupada. As you do, that's all right. The process is this, not you or you. That is the process, then it is all right. So what we will do now is that we will offer the boga to the deities, and we just request you to very patiently wait. Get an artik tray ready? You want me to, I have to take this off.
Let's pause that.
You don't have to rearrange the whole thing. I'll just sit there. You can just go behind it.
Yeah. All right, we
can just show to people we can watch this.
clear this.
Now, you want me to have one of those devices?
Oh, yeah, yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Let's see what happens. It stays there. Okay.
Here.
Sutaya namaha. Omanantaya namaha. Om Govindaya namaha.
Come that way, huh?
Doesn't matter. You can do from behind here or wherever. You have any tulsi leaves?
Here we go. We got water in the some tulsi sticks, and we just sprinkle
Okay.
some water.
That's a clove.
No, this is
Where's the tulsi? This is tulsi?
branch.
Okay. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamini Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamini Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो महाभजन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णय कृष्णचैतन्य नम्ने गौरद्विषे नमः नमो महाभजन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णय कृष्णचैतन्य नम्ने गौरद्विषे नमः नमो महाभजन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णय कृष्णचैतन्य नम्ने गौरद्विषे नमः नमो ब्रह्मण्यदेवाय भूब्राह्मणहिताय च जगदितय कृष्णाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः नमो ब्रह्मण्यदेवाय गोब्राह्मणहिताय च जगदितय कृष्णाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः नमो ब्रह्मण्यदेवाय गोब्राह्मणहिताय च जगदितय कृष्णाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Itam sahistaya paratmanishtam adhyasitam purvatameram maharishibhihi aham tarishyami durantaparam tamo mukundam griranitavayeva dhyeya sadasavitrumandala madhyavarati narayana sarasi sajana sannivishtaha Keyuravan Makara Kundalavan Kiriti Hari Hiranmaya Vapuhu Drita Shankachakra Gadapane Dwaraka Nilayachuta Govinda Pundarika Ksharaksham Sharanagatam Namo Brahmanya Devaya Gobramana Hitaya Cha Jagaditaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha Kayena Vacha Manasendriyarva Buddhyatmanava Prakritisvabhavat Karomi Yadyat Sakalam Parasme Narayana Iti Samarpayami Aradyo Bhagavan Brajeshatanayastadama Vrindavanam Ramya Kaschidupasana Vrajabadu Vargena Yakalpita Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanamamalam Prema Pumartamam Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhuram Matamidam Tatra Dharunaparaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. We'll have a kirtan for a few minutes, then we'll get the artik after maybe 10 minutes.
Okay.
And then Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Little handkerchief and some water. Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. You can probably get the conch shell if you can. Get some fresh water in here. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare lighter. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Do you have another candle? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Thanks everybody for participating. We're going to have prasadam soon, so they're going to be distributing in the kitchen. I don't know if everybody's going to go get a plate, or how's this going to work? You're going to make plates and bring it out? Or?
Yep. Plates
Okay,
and bring it
so
out.
you can just finish
relax.
the program. Thanks everybody for participating there on the recording. And we wish everybody a very happy Jiva Gosvami Disappearance Day. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Jai. Jai.
How'd you cut off the recording?
Jai.
Haribol.